There we go. You see, I don't think you can be seen because it's at the angle. You don't want to be. You don't want to be. You want to remain incognito.
Absolutely, but if you want to show me, go ahead. I don't care.
Ooh, look at this gorgeous, gorgeous princess. Is my savior from rehab. If it wasn't for her, I would have been all forgotten, all victimized. But this beautiful lady came to my rescue. Пришла на мое спасение. I'll say it in Russian. When I was in rehab, she contacted me and said, baby, how can I help you? I said, how can you help me? I will tell you exactly how you can help me. Get me out of here. Забери меня отсюда. And then we had a date. Secretly, I escaped to have a date with you. Have a little in Cheesecake Factory, right? Yeah. I escaped under the fear of being caught and penalized, given some more time, because that's what they did to people. And then I picked up my friend, who was my roommate, Joseph. We went to a bar. We had such a good time. And in a bar, we were drinking juice, because I can't drink. We had some drinks, no?
Yeah, I had a drink.
It was those bikers. They were all jealous because we looked so beautiful. I have pictures. You look gorgeous. And then in my rehab, I secretly show a couple of my friends. I said, check this out. Check this out where I was. I'm like, man, how'd you do that? Because we were scared. They had us on a lockdown. It's crazy. That's Deborah. Since then, we've been in love. But she lives in Tampa. By the way, you live in the same city with Anna. I should introduce you two. You're gonna go on dates together. Listen to this. Anna sends me a picture today of a naked man who she met a guy, didn't meet him face to face, but she met him on a dating site, just connected with him. And they were talking, and then bam, he sends completely naked picture when he's holding his penis. Great body. Very muscular. Very muscular. She goes, that's disgusting. I said, wait a minute. The guy seems, it was a little too much, even for me. Like, I wouldn't do it. But I said, hold on, the guy looks pretty with it. Great body for a 45-year-old. He's probably in his mid-40s. Like, pay attention to that. Okay, so maybe he took it overboard. But clearly, he's watching over himself. So there's interesting situation. Now, so what I did was, she gave me his number. I called him, texted him, sent him my naked picture, saying, let's do something fun. Guess what he said?
What?
You're never gonna guess.
He said yes.
Guess what was his response?
He wanted to meet you.
I wish. He had no response. He never responded. Crazy guy. I said to her, you see, now you know he's weak. He comes out so strong, oh, look at me naked. But then when I say, okay, let's see. It's all a play. We're just messing around. Come on. Anyway, so what was going to be your question?
So, I wanted to know from a male's perspective, I have been talking to this guy.
So beautiful.
Why are you shaking your head?
I'm telling people you're so beautiful.
Okay. So, the guy and I have been courting, and how do you know bullshit? Connection was great. We have great phone conversation. We would spend hours on the phone. It reminded me of back in the day when that's how people know each other, by talking on the phone, communicating text message, but actually having a connection and making plans to go out and meet. He stood me up 5 times.
What?
He stood me up like 5 times.
Why?
I was supposed to go over the house after day.
You're getting cut off. Say it again. Say it again.
He stood me up 5 times.
Mm-hmm.
I still so I was still connecting with him, still talking to him.
So let me ask you something. You saying he stood you up 5 times. First of all, how old is he?
He's 47.
And you are 31? 33. 47. Is he black or white?
He's white.
What does he do?
He works for a car dealer, an RV.
I'm sorry?
A RV dealership.
So he's not like a lawyer but he makes a decent living.
Yeah, he makes a decent living.
Okay. Does he have children?
He has a daughter that's 17.
When did he get divorced?
It's been about like 12 years now.
And if you always ask that, when was his last serious relationship?
He was in a serious relationship where he was about to be engaged, but he called the engagement off because he said she wasn't the one.
And when was that?
That was about a year and a half ago. So the point that I'm making is, we were supposed to hang out on Saturday.
Last Saturday.
This is Saturday that just passed, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Did not work out. He lives 30 minutes away from me. I drove to his house. His daughter, and I already know that he dates a lot of girls. He goes out with a lot of girls. He's sexual with a lot of girls. We have open communication, so he tells me about these things because he doesn't belong to me. He's not my man. We're not committed to each other, but we're trying to see where we're gonna go.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And I respect that he is honest. Sometimes the honesty is a turn on.
It's unbelievable. I like that. Mm-hmm.
But this last time, I went to his house, and his daughter was there, and of course we was going to have sex. It was like a booty call. It was 2 o'clock in the morning. But his daughter was there, and so I respect that. I didn't want to ring the doorbell, but he never answered the phone, and he never replied back to my calls or text messages. So I ended up leaving, and then I blocked him. And I know let's end up about blocking, that's not a good thing. And it backfired on me. He ended up blocking me and like deleting me off of all social media. But why? When you are the one wrong.
There's a problem. So now let me ask you. So now you both are blocked.
Yeah, basically.
So you cannot reach him anymore, even if you wanted to.
Oh, I've reached him, yeah. I've reached him.
How did you reach him if you're blocked?
Because he didn't block me off of social media, he just deleted me. That doesn't mean you can't reach out to them. We're not friends.
So you and this is his 5th time. He's sending you off for the 5th time.
5th time.
So let me ask you. Have you ever met him?
Yeah, we've gone on dates.
And you've been intimate with him?
No.
So just so I can understand better, he stands you up. Did he stand you up for the first time when you met or no?
No.
Ah. Okay, so see, that's important. So for the first time, he didn't stand you up.
It took him a long time to ask me out. It took us a long date. He did tell a lot of girls, and that he was overwhelmed, but he enjoyed talking to me because I wasn't like all the other girls.
And you're not. Now, as a friend, I'll tell you, forget him.
Exactly.
But I will explain to you, it's not just simply forget him. I'll tell you the reason, so you understand why. Because everyone deserves a chance. And everyone can be made better or helped or shown a better way. Everyone. If everyone, people say, oh, you can't change people. Well, if you can't change people, then why they have psychologists? Then why do we argue? If everybody knew there ain't nobody changing, then there will never be an argument. But we do change. And we all try to be having, a compromise. Try to see things your way. That's what marriage is a lot of compromising. So people do try to accommodate. And that's the basis. So the point is, when you went on the first date, that was good. And when was the first date?
It's been about a month now.
And then how many dates totally have you gone on where he did not stand you up?
3.
So one he stands you, one he goes, second one did he go?
No.
Stood you up.
Yeah. Then finally linked up again for another day.
Okay.
Then,
So point is this: when he stands you up, you drive to him, right? He never drives to you.
oh no, he drove to me. He's like, it's weird because when I got sick, he took me to the hospital. Sat with me for 3 hours. So he has a heart.
When you got sick, he took you to the hospital. Wow. What'd you get sick with?
I had an infection in my tooth. My crown broke off and got infected.
Wow. So this is where I feel a problem. When he stands you up, you ask him the next day because he doesn't respond to your text. He doesn't respond to your phone call. He just disappears, right?
Well, he'll reply, but he'll have an excuse.
So you make a plan and then he's just not following through.
He'll follow through, and then he'll stay, apologize, and give me a reason why he couldn't.
Remember what you did to me. Because you attract. See how you and I tried it, and I don't mean to be like confrontational. I'm just saying, look at the pattern of behavior. This happened between me and you, and I said, I tried, and then we couldn't do it. I said, you know what? We're not on the same page. Fine, we'll just be cordial, we'll be friends. Beautiful. So you set standards. There's a saying that's in psychology. You let people love yourself or mistreat yourself as much as you mistreat yourself. In other words, if someone loves you more than you love yourself, oh, you love him. You'll be in love with him. If someone loves you the same, that's okay. If someone treats you worse than you treat yourself, you'll throw him out. You won't tolerate it. So clearly he treats you the same way you treat yourself. And it hurts you, but that's what you value yourself as. Now, when you ask him, what happened? What kind of an excuse does he give you? Next day,
He usually tells me either I was tired, fell asleep, so he's doing something with his daughter. He always gives a valid reason.
okay, I get this happens once. I mean, really, twice is already too much, but okay, but 5 times? Do you need for this to be spelled out? The guys...
No, and that's why I've always asserted myself and expressed to him, I'm not dealing with this. I don't like it. I tell him I don't like it.
Then okay, but you say you're not dealing, but you are dealing.
But that's why we never...
That's why what?
That's why we never were intimate with each other. Because...
Yeah, but even without intimacy, look how much energy has gone into you meeting each other, and you keep trying to meet him despite the fact if somebody, let me tell you what happens. This is the way I conduct myself, and it works. Because at least I don't feel taken advantage of. I don't feel used. I don't feel manipulated. So I tell women, you come to my place, like I told you. We'll go out for a drink just so you can meet me. But we have a dinner at my place. If you're not ready, you'll come back another time. If you feel like you're not ready or you don't like me, well, then we'll just be friends or we'll just part. But she goes, oh, why don't you come to me? No. And that's the thing for women. You should try to come to your men, because you don't want a man coming to you, because that's a weak man. Trust me. If a man is willing to come to you, that's already a sign of weakness. Trust me on that. That's just the psychology. If a man is ready to come your way, you want to be intimate with him like for just lovers, whatever. But ultimately, you will not see him as a guy who commands respect. You notice in your history, in your experience, men who insisted on you coming were stronger men, correct? Of course. A lot of black men, by the way, they won't drive. They're lazy because women come to them. Hey, they're the king. I tell a woman, she goes, oh, you're so obnoxious. And not at all. You are the queen, right? She goes, yes. I said, well, I'm a king. Imagine a king running around chasing queens. What kind of a king? So I will not be a king, nor will you be a queen. Make me, be my queen, but you got to make me a king to be a queen. It usually works because they get it. Because clearly a king doesn't run around. What kind of a king is that? That's a hoodlum. Then she'll be a hoodlum with a hoodlum. The point is, you do go to a man. Give him one chance. If he stands you up, if you still want to entertain, maybe you like him as a lover, which by the way is a low quality. As a person, he doesn't conduct himself well. You could say, you know what? You're gonna stand me up? Okay. Next time you come to my place, I ain't moving a pinky for you because I don't trust you.
He did. He came to my place and picked me up the next time.
Well, then if you make that determination, if you really want to continue, because honestly, if you're asking me honestly, I'm being honest, but now I say honestly, meaning like I wasn't honest before. It's a funny way we speak. Point I'm trying to make is that if you see him for your future, what kind of a future will that be?
He's inconsistent. I don't see him for my future.
Exactly. You need a guy. That's why what I do,
Why? My question was, why do men do that? If you were the one that fucked up.
No, I understand, because you're asking me why does he do that, or why is he? What's the question?
Why did he block me and unfriend me from social media?
But didn't you block him first?
I didn't.
You did.
I did.
So if you block him, he blocks you back. What are you surprised with?
No, because if you're wrong, you're supposed to come back and say, "Hey, I fucked up."
How are you gonna come back if you block him?
Because I blocked him from my phone, and we still have social media.
Yeah, but if I get blocked, you don't block. See, men, let me tell you something. This is how men are. You understand how we are. When you understand, that's why I can recommend to you, I'll look up because I have some Russian books. You need to read 2 books. One, a manual on how men, like a manual for men to date. So you understand the psychology of a man. And the other one is for a woman. So you understand what motivates us and what scares us. What scares the men the most, you'll never guess. What do you think we're scared of the most?
Rejection.
Rejection is pretty bad, but no, I'm talking if you already like kind of let's say you already have a relationship of some sort, like at least you starting to have a relationship.
Your ego?
So what I tell you, it's ego. We are like scared shitless of abandonment, of a woman leaving, because we foresee that as her leaving with the kids. We see her potentially as a mother, and and that happens a lot, by the way. Women take the kids and run. And to us, that's everything we got is our kids. It's our future. It's our genetic, because whatever, the career, we are our children. We're gonna go like, look at me, I have 4 kids, I can't.
Come after us, right?
I'm sorry?
If we leave, then you come after. You make it right.
Well, if you leave because you're angry, a lot of men will just forget you. That's why a lot of black men they just forget you exist. Because it's too scary to go back and try to fix, and you'll be leaving. It rips us to pieces. And you women, look how cunning you are. You know, subconsciously, that's a weapon. It's like an atomic bomb. You just say that, and you use that, all of you. And I tell women, stop. My mom, my grandma. Oh, I'll divorce you. Motherfucker. I'm telling you, my ex did this every argument. Oh, this is not working. Not working. I have 4 kids, I have a house. Not working. Every time it's not working, let's divorce. I say, go file. Go to a city hall. You need an address? I'll send you an address. Keep going. I say, you don't threaten me with that. But you know what? It did threaten me. And it ultimately put me in a deep depression. And it ultimately drove me nuts. I cheated on her. I pseudo cheated. In other words, I fake cheated. I've never heard this. This is my invention. I'll patent this. I told my ex, I'm leaving to screw another girl in a hotel when I didn't have a girl. So imagine, I made up that I'm cheating. Can you imagine craziness like that?
Crazy.
It's like double crazy. It's crazy enough to tell a woman you're cheating on her, but to make that up, it's because I wanted to hurt her so bad because she kept saying she's divorcing me. And at that time, I didn't want to divorce her. I just wanted to, she was just so livid with my shit and not with me cheating. I was just being in her face that she's not doing this, not studying that, or I took out the nanny, I fired the nanny. Like the petty nonsense, petty stuff. But that was pissing her off, and she's a powerful woman. She really wanted to mess with me. And how do you mess with a man? You threaten him that you're gonna, my mom. You're not gonna believe this. My mom, and I found a woman just like my mom. Clearly what I'm telling you. My mom, up to this day, threatens my father that she's gonna leave him and go on West 5th. Now, the why West 5th and Brooklyn? Because that's where we have another apartment. She goes, oh, I'm going to West 5th. This is like, in Russian, na West 5th. It's like a saying in the family. Oh, she's going to West 5th. It's like she always says that. Any argument, oh, I'm going to West 5th. Because we have another apartment there. So you see, the guy is shaking. Oh, I say, why are you shaking? Let her go. She's bluffing. She got you all shaking, convulsing. Oh, I say, let me talk to my dad one-on-one. If you talk to this guy one-on-one, please, my son and the father, I need to one-on-one talk. I can't talk to my father one-on-one. She's always like next to him saying, like she doesn't let us talk. It drives me nuts. That's Jewish shit. So I say, you have no balls to talk to your son like a man. I'm almost 50. You're 70, whatever, 3. And what the fuck? And this bitch, and I'm sorry to say that, but I say it like that. I say this, I feel bad. I love my mom. But she acts like one. And she threatens, oh, you talk to him? I'm going to leave. So do me a favor. I digress. Don't threaten men that you're going to leave, ever. Just remember that. Number 2, never block. Have the lines of communication always open. That's why he got mad, because you blocked him. I get mad for that too. Now, he doesn't, do you think he trusts you? No. You don't trust each other. Now, what saddens me, this particular guy has a lot of good in him. He has a good heart. He's a family guy. He just doesn't trust. You know what we say about women? Oh, they're a bunch of bitches. They just want our money. They just want to use us. And then they just dump us and find somebody. That's how we see you. You don't think that you're the angels and we are the demons. Oh, we are both in it. We're lying to each other. That's what makes it so crazy. I can help you. Just as a practice, this is what I've been doing with people, and it does work. If you're open enough, I can speak to him and say, listen, we are friends. We were a little bit romantic, but nothing happened. Whatever. I'll be 100% open. Men, if it's a good man, I'm sorry.
Never romantic.
You and I?
Yeah.
So this lady was never romantic. Somehow her hand ended up where?
In the restaurant, you placed my hand there, but I did not agree to any of it.
Oh, but I put your hand somewhere and it stayed there for a little bit. What is that called? That's called pure friendship. No romance at all. Very romantic placement of the hand. Yes, yes, yes. Very, very sensual. Very deep. Very spiritual.
Okay, we were on a deep connection. We had a deep connection.
And we still romantic. You tell me you don't feel attracted to me a little bit?
Attracted to you.
You do or no, you don't?
Very attracted to you.
That's called romantic. That's called romantic.
Out of appearance either. It's you're intelligent.
I'm intelligent.
Are funny.
They almost kicked me out of the restaurant because I was flirting with the singer, saying when is the last time you had a threesome. These people are crazy. I was.
You live on the edge.
Please, what edge? There's no edge. Threesome is not an edge. It's a 3. I told you, 1 is for a man.
Go up to anyone and ask that. That's not.
First of all, I flirted with her many times, and she likes me. I could see that she likes me. And that's what really messes with her, because I say, you look at me, you undress me with your eyes. What's with the husband? Bring the husband, we'll have some fun. I said something so easy. I say this on my channel every day. I'm so used to it. To me, it's like second nature. Apparently, some people get rubbed the wrong way. That's okay. Now listen, if you and I were here right now, do you think you would sleep in different rooms?
I wouldn't put myself in that situation.
If you ended up here, because you wanted to end up here at one time, she said, oh, I'm coming. Well, if you came that day and you were this close to coming, I'm talking coming, arriving. I'm not saying coming like you know, arriving. Yeah, it's a funny word coming. See, language is weird. In Russian, we don't have that. We have a word to come. It has nothing to do with coming. That English is different. We have, you know how we call it in Russian to come?
I know. Get back on track.
Hold on, but I'll tell you with the back on track. We call it konchit, which means finish. We call it finish. Like, did you finish? I like coming better. So anyway, point is, we would have been romantic. My point to you is, do you see this guy? You clearly like him. Now, the way you did it, it's like both of you were given a beautiful piece of, like a sophisticated piece of machinery, like maybe like a fancy telescope or very fancy instrument, like a fancy violin. You don't know how to play it, so you just smashed it all over. Now it's all smashed. Now you're saying, oh, you're all fucked up. The violin's fucked up. Oh, no. You just didn't know how to play it. You were given a beautiful instrument. I can fix it for you, or at least I could see it. I could see if it's fixable. Because if the guy is very close-minded, then why do you need a guy like that? Now, I know my standards are a little bit sideways, but believe me, if the guy is open enough to talk to me, I'll hear what he has to say. There's been several episodes where on this channel of mine, lady said, oh, I feel like there's still something, and he feels for me, and sometimes we have sex. I said, you know what, let me call him. Let me talk to him. I called the guy. He goes, listen, I have a lot of feelings for her. I'm attracted to her, but I ain't going back to her ever. Because I got another one, and I like her more. So once he told me this, we understand. She goes, she thinks that. I said, you're giving her clues as though you may. She goes, you know what, you may be right. Maybe I've been like that. But I'm telling you as a man to man, I ain't going to her. So I say, you know what, that's good information. So I call her, I said, listen, he moved on. Try to move on, respect him. It helps.
It does, closure.
Of course, otherwise she's confused because he's giving her mixed, because maybe in the back of his mind he also tries to keep her in case. We all do that. That's what
he's been doing. I feel like he's keeping me at bay for his own game.
He's keeping you in his little rotation. Mm-hmm. But if you'd like, because I will tell you this, and I will tell you what most women will tell me in response to my offer. Would you like me to talk to him?
I would, but I don't think it's a good idea.
Exactly. Now that's where my powers stop. Now, I will ask you a question which is mesmerizing. Because I listen, don't take my words as though I'm like blaming you. I understand you're not ready. There is something that's there. Because thinking logically, you would be interested in me trying to figure this, because I'm a very neutral, impartial person who's just, hey, and I know what I'm doing because I'll ask him exactly the right questions. So it will either get over with.
Kind of weird though. Would it be weird?
It's normal. It is, of course, it's so unusual, but guess what? It works. Now, funny thing is, same thing happened today with my lady who lives in Tampa. I said, she goes to me, listen, this guy, my ex, with whom she has this baby, he goes, he's always like messing with me. He's like giving me he gives me such a hard time. He's manipulating. He's like driving me nuts with this baby. He's like, this is not good. This is not, like he's always so difficult. So I ask her, she's very smart. She's very she's in touch with her stuff like you. I say, why do you think he does that? I mean, clearly, these are small little details, like who cares? Oh, but he really messes with her. She goes, oh, that's easy because he wants me back. That's beautiful. That's right. That makes sense. There's no other reason. Why would he be so petty? Because he wants to hurt her because she left. I say, okay, you just slept 3 weeks ago. Oh, because I didn't meet you. Then I said, so now I'm there. Regardless of me, you should stop because you're giving them mixed signals, right? She goes, you're right. I should stop sleeping with him. Clearly. Or don't blame him for feeling mixed signals because you're giving it to him. Now, I offered her the same thing. I said, let me talk to him. I will tell him that I ask her, do you want to be with him? Like, is there inkling of you that wants to be with the guy? She said, no, it's over. And she looks very sincere. She is. So I say, let me talk to him. Oh, no. Isn't that funny? I would put a closure to it. I will tell him, listen, I will help you to move on because I've been there. It's going to get you depressed.
Worse.
I'm sorry?
Or you could make things worse.
How worse can it be? What will he, what, she's not with him. I mean, he's giving her a hard time. What worse can it, what, sorry?
Get together, it's different.
I'm sorry?
They have a kid together, it's different.
How worse, like in what way? She says to me, I'm afraid he'll stop seeing the kid. Which, by the way, is sick because if she finds a man, she can't always keep me secret. If we have a relationship, I'll come out. Or I won't tolerate this bullshit. I'll never take her seriously. And I'll tell you why. These are very complex, yet very simple things. When the people understand it, they understand what it means. Now, I tell her, what if the kid was not, what if there was no kid? What if he was just giving her some crazy time? Would you still be okay? She says, no, I still wouldn't be okay you talking to him. So then I ask her a question, what I'm asking you. Why do you feel, and see if you get it, because she said, I hate you for asking me, because she realized what she didn't know. She wasn't aware of it. It's too deep subconsciously. It's subconscious. You may not be aware of the reason why you are like that, because it doesn't make any logical sense. You want clarity. You want closure, one way or the other. I can bring it to you. I could say, listen, the guy is no good for you, forget him. Or I can tell the guy, listen, try it, but try it this way. Be open, stop blocking, fix the freaking violin. You two beautiful people, you have something, work on it. Give it a shot. You deserve it. I could say that. After I talk to him, after I see what kind of a man he is. So far, I don't like the way he's acting, but I don't like the way you're acting either. So you're both messing up. Now watch. Why do you think you're unwilling to have me speak to him?
It's just different, and I don't know how he would react to it.
Okay, that's your brain thinking. Because think about it. Okay, so he'll react either by saying, screw it, well then it'll be great and you'll...
And I don't want to reopen that door, and it's already what I've already expected. And so I don't want any expectations. Not wanting any expectations, I don't even want to deal with it and resurfacing.
You know, some words are getting like blocked a little bit. Can you say you don't want what?
I don't want to resurface it. I don't want to.
So hold on. Do you want to break up?
Do I want to break up?
You said you don't want to. What do you not want to resurface? What is
it? To resurface, like I don't. Rejection is hard. Rejection hurts.
Hold on. I'm not understanding you clearly. You feel rejected by him right now.
Yeah, because he blocked me.
Okay, do you think it's over? Because if it's over, then why are we talking about it? It's over, just move on. Or
we've done this before.
So you feel things may come back, and they may, because it's like a yo-yo with you two.
Yeah.
And that's what sucks. You should know that if it's a yo-yo now, it ain't gonna be nothing but I show you something.
I think he's afraid because he's already expressed to me that...
I know he's afraid, of course, but listen, make it simple.
I'm at an age where I go out, I have fun, and he doesn't like that I go out with my friends and I have fun.
I know. Listen to what I'm gonna tell you. I'll tell you in two different ways. Number one, to understand your psychology. I will tell you because I don't want to puzzle you, it's already late. The reason why, and she figured it out, but it's already late. And if I keep asking, you'll figure it out too. The reason why you don't want me to talk to him is only one reason, and it's deep. You don't feel it. You have to reason it because there's nothing else. What do you fear the most? Think of it this way. When you don't know, when something doesn't make sense, ask yourself, what do you fear the most?
The unknown.
But what's unknown? What can he do to you that you fear the most? You just said it, rejection.